Hi YouTube, this is Adrian and Bernard, again bringing you episode number 13, which is titled, Our Monetary System Has Failed, Game Over. And this is a proposed idea by Marcus Hochstadt, that's spelled Marcus. And last name Hochstadt is Hochstadt. Bernard's going to read this to us. It's all up to you now, Bernard.
Okay.
Lay it on us.
Most of the problems and misalignments in our world today exist because of money. Think about it. Get rid of the monetary system and you eradicate most issues. Only a very small percentage of privileged people, those who know how to play the game efficiently, benefit from this monetary system that has been established at one point in history. At its core, though, this ancient, destructive, ego-driven system of currency, exchange, power, politics, and getting paid for things is based on fear instead of love, is doomed to failure. What would people do if they would not receive money for or a monetary benefit from the things they know and do? Some say money wouldn't bring happiness. Why then do millions and millions of people suffer so horribly on our planet? At the same time, there are others who watch this with the intention of retaining the status quo due to money and the fear of loss. What would you do if you would get the things you need and desire without the need for receiving money for anything? Would you still do the same work you do now? Would you still lie and cheat? Would you still give the impression of being someone that you actually aren't and doing things that you actually don't do? Would you still be together with the same person? Would you still hurt people and in turn hurt yourself? I think that most of these negative emotions and destructive behaviors are due to the monetary system on planet Earth. And when you get rid of it, you eliminate fearful and harmful behavior at the same time. We need a system that benefits all equally, all 7 billion of us. Here's part of my vision for a better world in which most, if not all, people would benefit greatly and enjoy a good and better life. No more money, no more crime. No money, no more wars. No money, no more poverty. No more competitive, egocentric, better-than-thou thinking and attitudes. Prosperity is shared equally among all. We don't work for one person or one company or one government. Instead, every individual works for the prosperity and well-being of all 7 billion people on our planet at the same time. People still work, but everyone is being compensated or rewarded equally, solely based on the amount of hours contributed to the local, national, and global community. With this substantial change comes an elevated awareness of one consciousness. Life is filled with and based on affinity and harmony. Decisions are led by unconditional love. Now, some might be wondering how we could possibly survive without money. How would we get food and something to drink, for example? What about shelter? How could we afford that new gadget, car, dress, dinner, when money doesn't exist anymore? I am confident that we are smart enough to figure these kinds of things out. As a matter of fact, we do that already every single day. Our planet exists, survives, and thrives because of us. Living in a world without money. Without money, we would still continue to do the things we already do, or even better. Do what we love to do. How exactly could this work out? Perhaps with some sort of a collective reward system from the community, like the thumbs up way of approval you see on social platforms, where good and truly beneficial things are being evaluated valued and approved by the collective wisdom. These types of approvals could be on papers, ID cards, websites, whatever. As far as such a collective reward system is concerned, I can imagine 4 to 8 levels. Here, according to the amount of hours contributed, 1 level per hour per day. Those who don't work would receive nonetheless good primary care, whereas those who spent 8 to 4 hours per day working for the prosperity and well-being of all would receive or could order whatever they desire. Then the other levels in between. You think that people would get lazy and stop working? Think again. People have desires, although guaranteeing survival. We want more than the basic stuff and primary care. So we'll continue working in order to enjoy a better lifestyle, travel, a better car, electronics, jewelry, certain clothes, bigger homes, health, services, etc. And because we're being rewarded equally, our motivation rises. Why a maximum of 8 levels? This is to prevent the craziness that's going on right now, with just a handful of smart or lucky millionaires and billionaires on one hand, and an insane amount of people who can't afford simple basic stuff on the other. By the way, I don't think there would be a need for yet another political control mechanism for this type of system. What I do think is that the local, national, and global community in large would manage itself quite well, much better than certain people fear. Let us use a real-world example. Do you like fresh bread in the morning? The baker continues to prepare fresh bread because he still wants to not only see you happy, see your happy smile when you pick up your bread, but also receive your approval for that he did a good job. And the truck driver will continue to deliver the goods necessary to prepare fresh bread as he wants the local community to thrive and be well as receive the collective approval for doing a good job so that he can receive the things he desires. Similarly, the truck driver will still receive the gas from the gas station necessary to drive his truck and support from car mechanics, and on it goes. Folks would receive approval from the community for doing a good job and helping everyone to thrive. As a result, they can order the things they desire according to the hours contributed without any monetary exchanges. No more differentiation. I see no differences anymore in terms of the amount of reward one receives per hour of work. You spend 1 hour doing something for the local, national, and/or global community. You get the same amount of approval and prosperity no matter where you live, which skin color you have, which language you speak, which education you received, which relationships you maintain, which people you know, your ability or inability to communicate and persuade, etc. For example, the maid who will spend 5 hours cleaning my home tomorrow would enjoy the same level of prosperity that a boss of a big corporation who spent 5 hours in a meeting. Seeing this with the ancient way of life, the boss of the corporation would still have the same lifestyle, more or less, but for the maid it would mean a substantially better lifestyle, elevated to that of the boss. The nurse who saved the life of 2 people would receive the same amount that the person who manages the hospital. The guy who keeps the city streets neat and clean would receive the same amount as the city's mayor. The guy and girls who prepare and serve food in a restaurant would receive the same amount as the owner of the establishment. Isn't it amazing what that would lead us to? No more political restrictions and borders. I further see county borders vanish. Again, no money, no crime. Due to the elevated prosperity among all and the eradication of the monetary system, there would be no need anymore to politically control and protect stuff. Heightened productivity. With that being said, I think we can spend 50% less time working and still have the same amount, if not more, prosperity and well-being on our planet. If you look at it, most people that work in a 9-to-5 job environment are not that productive anyway, knowing that they only get a very small share of what they actually contribute time-wise. They could deliver the same amount of work in half the time with more fun at work, knowing that what they do is for the greater good, for the expansion of their own prosperity and well-being, as well as that of the local, national, and global community, rather than just for one person or a select few privileged. If you think that people would simply get lazy and fake things again, I don't think so. The local, national, and or global community would notice it and point it out accordingly, lovingly and supportively though. In addition, because prosperity is shared equally among all, the desire for pressure and cheating vanishes. Again, remove fear from the equation and start to truly love and trust. Raised motivation. That being said, whatever we do it not just for a select few smart people, but for all 7 billion. Don't you think that this alone would give us a huge boost in motivation and productivity? I do think so. Also, as you can't control, at least not for very long, the way someone lives his or her life, for example. You don't like the way someone leads a company or country. Removing the monetary system would automatically alter someone's attitude and behavior to one that serves the good for all. Because once you eliminate the money, what is left? The things one wholeheartedly wishes and desires. Conclusion. I hope and wish that we eradicate the ancient and destructive monetary system sooner rather than later, that we head towards oneness, that everyone enjoys a prosperous lifestyle on our planet, that we help and contribute to the local, national, and global community and benefit from it equally, without money, fears, lies, egocentricity, and laws, but with altruism, harmony, honesty, prosperity, trust, and unconditional love. By the way, recent studies show that by sharing the currently available wealth equally across the planet, everyone would essentially be a millionaire, that is, in the outdated monetary system. However, since most people would or could not keep those millions of money, we need a new system in place that guarantees long-lasting welfare for all. Our planet in large already does prosper. The wealth is just unfairly and unequally shared. I welcome the phase of time we are currently in. If you are fearful, don't be. Trust in the good in humanity. Everything will work out well for everybody, including you. People will not stop working. Remember, we need each other. Welcome changes. Applaud the demolition of the monetary system, as it will bring us a much better, more beneficial system with infinite equal possibility for everyone. Let us suppose life is supposed to be fun, right? So let's establish a system that ensures a fun experience for everyone. I'm so ready for it. I barely scratched the surface here, and I'm open for more ideas from the global community. Marcus Hochstadt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really, that was good.
Yeah. Sounds
And
good,
again,
good.
you can, if you want to find out about Marcus Hochstadt, I found him by Googling something on the monetary system changes, and then I came across this. I guess it was a blog that he wrote, and I've emailed it to others and printed it here, and Bernard read it for us. Yeah, you can easily Google that. I wanted to read a quick quote. This is by
Oh, yeah, you missed that, huh?
Yeah, by Warren Buffett, the wealthy elitist. He said, quote, "But it's my class, the rich class, that's making war, and we're winning." Now, guys, keep that in mind about who he's addressing. So, pretty interesting stuff.
Yes,
You
yes,
know, on our last video, we talked about Spencer Lewis and what he talked about. Now, Marcus Hochstadt.
I hope more people come out. More people start thinking about these things. You know,
What
the
do
change
you?
would be beautiful. Gee.
Oh, definitely. What do you think? The similarities are to Spencer Lewis and Marcus Hochstadt of what they're talking
No
about.
more paper money. No more flow of money that can be. If I'm not working, and I notice that you're working, I can, if I sneak up behind you, knock you on your head, take your money, and I can use it. Now, if I couldn't use it, whatever you had, what's the sense of me knocking you over and trying to take it?
Because you'd have it already.
Yeah, right. I have it. If I don't have it, I'll have to find some way of earning my own way in life.
There would be enough
opportunity to do it. Sure,
to
like
work.
people rob houses and they steal TVs and things like that, and take them out in the street and try to sell them. And if they get the money for it, they can take the money and give it to somebody they can use it. If they couldn't use what that person had, money-wise, paper money, couldn't be transferred to them to be able to use, they couldn't do it.
That's really interesting.
Drugs. Drugs. Look at this big drug industry. It's making all these billions of dollars. I mean, when a drug seller comes to a person, he wants money. And if you can give him that money, he'll transfer you that drug. But if you have something that's only you can use for the necessities of life, it can't be transferred to another person like that. Then what good is him selling drugs? He can't make any money out of it. You know. We have to do it. We can do it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely enjoyed reading that, and I hope our viewers enjoyed that lecture.
I want to come back to a better system. I don't want to have to struggle like we're doing now. So we have to work at it. We have to help the children, the generations to come, because we will come back. We'll get to that later on, but we will come back.
You're talking about reincarnation.
Reincarnation. I firmly believe in it because I've been studying it a very, very, very long time. And it makes sense if you believe in a supreme intelligence, all-loving, all-wise, all-knowing, all-perfect. No other way you can do it.
I know our viewers will look forward to that video we'll do on reincarnation. Our next video we're going to do, I'm going to talk about solutions in how we can change our current government system and monetary system, and how to do it in different steps. So I'm going to do that on our next episode. Stay tuned to that. Is there anything else you want to mention about
the
article?
Not really.
You got everything on. All right, as always, leave us some comments. Please subscribe to our channel and email the videos out, or not Instagram. Facebook, post it, anything, we appreciate it. And that'll wrap up episode 13.
Right.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you.